Hey, it's Erika. Welcome to my first listen for P1Harmony's mini album. I'm really excited to dive into the B-sides for this one. The title track is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite P1 comebacks and title tracks that they've done in their entirety of their career. And I'm really excited to dive into the B-sides here. There are 5 tracks I'm going to be checking out of the 6 on the album. I do not check out the title track because I normally react to the music video and that's my first impressions on the song. So defeats the purpose of the first listen. But part 1 is going to be, what do we have? Hang on, I was ready and then I wasn't ready. It's gonna be Pretty Boy, Murmur, and Flashy. Part 2 is gonna be Over and Over and Work. But I'm excited. So I do color code labels for this just so you and me can follow along together in real time. I just want to be the best solution for you and for me. But with that, we're gonna get started with Pretty Boy. Now this one, people were telling me about in comments. They're just like, you gotta check out Pretty Boy, and it is currently their #1 song on Spotify. So I got some high expectations here. But you know what, P1's discography is really, really good. Like their B-sides are consistently amazing. Like every single album, they're just always been really, really good. They have a really amazing discography. So we're just expanding on that. So you know what, let's get Pretty Boy. Oh no. Oh no. P1, oh no. Don't you even. Okay. Speak your truth, key. The body has to move. Come on. Oh. Okay. Okay. Tell him curly hair like broccoli? Leave my hair out of this. Just imagine this playing in a club, K-pop night, girl. Okay. They better not play this in the club if I'm there. All I'm saying. Okay. It is really, I think, cool to get a song like Pretty Boy like this, you know? Because normally it's like about women, you know what I mean? But they sing about the pretty boys. I think it's like so cool, you know what I mean? Because normally, you know, like if you're in the club, it's about pulling like the girl to the floor, you know what I mean? Or it's not, you don't ever really get like the perspective of being like a pretty boy, you know what I mean? But they know who they are, they know what they are, they're pretty boys. So I really like that. I think it's really cool. I think it's a really fun concept to sort of play on that, because again, you don't get the ones like this too often, you know what I mean? There's FX has pretty girl. Is it pretty girl or pretty boy? I don't remember. Because then there's I know that there's a pretty, it's Pretty Girl, but there's a Pretty Boy version. Who's on the version with FX? Hang on. Isn't there someone on the there's a, and I think Taemin has like Pretty Boy, right? Taemin. Who the hell is Taemin? Taemin has Pretty Boy. Ooh, Kai. Ooh, girl, say less. That's off his Dewa. Okay. Then, but there's also, isn't there one with D.O? Pretty Boy. I don't know. There's a version of like FX's, or it's like Eric Nam. Why am I thinking Eric Nam? I don't know. There's like a version of Pretty Boy from FX where there's like, or Pretty Girl from FX where there's like a Pretty Boy version of it, and I think Dio does the vocals for it. I don't remember where. That's a deep cut in my brain. But I think it's really fun. I think it's a fun concept. You know what I mean? Just like if you feeling yourself, girl, feel yourself. Also the beat, they didn't know. I think I'm gonna sue for emotional distress. Like there's like a lot of like K-pop. It's not made for like say like dancing. It's made for like choreography and performance and all that good stuff, but there's not too many I feel like where you can just like freely move your body to, like if they played in the club you get down, you know what I mean? This for sure is one of those, you know what I mean? And I really love that because if it just gets my body moving, then my body moving, my hips moving, girl, it's my hips moving, you know what I mean? So I think it's really sick because of that. Also is that it's not only just like a fun like concert or whatever, but then it just makes me want to grab a Pretty Boy and pull him on the dance floor. I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? Been there many of times. But I think it's really, really cool to sort of get that one that has that sort of vibe to it, you know what I mean? I really love songs like that because then when I'm like listening in my room trying to do my concert, you know what I mean? Then I turn it into, I'm pretending I'm in the club, real fam. You know, but I think it's really, like, I get it. I really get it. And I think I'm even more biased to it because it's just like the beat just sort of infectiously takes over and it gets my hips moving like it's in my DNA, because it might be, girl. It might be in my DNA. But yeah, so I really like it just because it's a really good instrumental and all that, but just like, it gets my body moving. Like my hips was moving, like I couldn't control it. Like it was just, the beat took over. But I definitely see it's really, really dope. It's really cool to get that. And it's just like, I don't like, it's like one like this is so hard to compare against their other B-sides because I'm like, it's kind of just like so different. Like my body's moving, like you could play it in the club like I'm getting down to it. You know what I mean? That's a lot different than normal K-pop B-sides or P1 B-sides, even if they are hype songs, you know what I mean? A lot of them don't have that sort of intention there, but okay, Pretty Boy. I really like it though. That one, it's probably be one of my more highly listened to B-sides from them, and I really like it. I like that a lot. So Pretty Boy, I get the vibes. I can't wait to see choreography for it. I know they did a dance practice for it, but yeah, girl, I kind of get it now. I get it now. You know what I mean? And I love that. Okay, next track we're checking out is Murmur. So yeah, again, they've always just had like really great B-sides, so I'm expecting this to be once again really, really good. So let's go ahead and get Murmur. Let's go. Okay. The piano is like a really cool vibe. I mean, it's been like done before, but I like this. Or we're not seeing it too much these days. Like a piano or like a classical vibe with the hip hop. Keyhole. The same y'all yapping. That don't mean nothing.
바람일까 다 선동하는 레들 굴 까고 목숨 걸어봐 넌 가면을 써 cheater don't even hear it no more 누른 것 같은 chilling on the top floor way up above you 모두가 뒤집어서 맞춤 제작된 가면을 물타기 빠르게 진실을 흐린 채 안건을 가결해 You know the beat keeps playing my voice keeps slaying
He said my voice keeps slaying.
Speed it out 넌 아무 말도 뱉지 못해 얼굴 앞에서 Repeat now 내 눈은 똑바로
Yeah, for real, say it in my face. Say it in my face.
Point ear out the other forgotten Yup, I don't even bother You are a just Listen now 어둑 한 구석 탱이 한 구석 자리 잡고서 나는 것이 남을 까내리는 거 You really need to know Now Somebody to the right now Listen 뭐 같은 말은 shut up Every time 난 얘기만 고심사 Party party No words baby nothing but a murmur 앞에서 시끄러워 숨어서 나대지 마 아는 네 말은 소진하지 fake news No words
Yeah, he said speak up. Speak up. Speak up.
I hate these guys.
And I feel like the concepts on so far the B-sides are really fitting into the concept of like duh. And I feel like their instrumentals are real. You only really ever get them from like P1, like their specific type of thing. Like it's, I've never really kind of heard it within like other groups. You know what I mean? Even the like piano and that more kind of like hip hop. You know what I mean? Like there was like the whole era was like very like classical and hip hop mashup. You know what I mean? But to kind of get that here, I'm like, no, it's kind of like very much within its own. It doesn't really sound like anything else. So I really love it, and I feel like the concepts on the album are really kind of fitting in just overall within like the same concept. You don't always necessarily get that, you know what I mean? Because the title track is like, duh, like, girl, do you know me? Like, come on, you know? So I think Pretty Boy really adds to that, and I feel like Murmur, to like the haters, they just yapping. They just yapping behind the screen. You know what I mean? And then they're never gonna say in your face, you fuck off. But yeah, it's easy to hide behind like a screen, you know? So I really like that. I really love how everything really is fitting overall into like the duh type of concept, you know what I mean? I think that's really, really cool. I think it's a dope track. The instrumental is like so sick. And I think it's just like really, really dope. I really like Murmur. It also has like an older P1 vibe as well. I don't know if I'm the only one that's sort of getting those vibes, but it reminds me a lot of their rookie era type of sound. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because when they were rookies, it was that classical hip hop thing. So maybe that's where my brain is going for it. But the last track for this part we're gonna be checking out is Flashy. But yeah, I'm really loving everything so far. I love how it's all fitting into the concept very, very well. I'm living for it. I love when a concept is like, it's less common that you get a concept that is really consistent throughout an entire album. So whenever we do get it, I fall in love. Let's go Flashy. That was loud. Hello. Very P1 sound. You know what I mean? Older eras. This is fun. This could have been a title track. I like this. This is dope. Like what era? I'll look at it later. It's very much kind of like their version of rock, you know? And I think it's dope. It's extra hype. It's probably one of the more hype versions of like their rock stuff. But I think it's cool because again, like a lot of the more rock genres are more like teen angsty concepts, you know what I mean? So to get a little bit more hyper, almost like party rock vibe, it's cool. I'm feeling this is fun. Like I would definitely want to go see them on tour after this mini album. Because if they're performing all like the B-sides, ooh, great live show. Great live show. I like it. Again, it's definitely their most like, kind of like hype version, I feel like, of their more kind of rock driven tracks, you know what I mean? And I really like that. I think it's dope to sort of get that version. And every song obviously on the everything has been really, really hype. So I really like Doom Doo Doo. Yeah, you know, that little clip, you just heard that, you know what I mean? It kind of has like that vibe. That era of their comebacks, you know what I mean? So I think it's really, really cool to sort of get that present within their B-sides. I always love when artists do that and stuff, but it's definitely like, again, I would love to see them on tour more now, I think, than previous. Like, I've always wanted to see them, of course, because I love them, but just kind of like the hype level and the type of B-sides that are here. I'm like, okay, they do these ones on the tour. I want to be there because this seems just like so hype and so fun, you know what I mean? That you just really get to have like a good time with. So, but yeah, I mean, so far every concept is definitely fitting into like this sort of overarching like vibe. So I'm not mad that the album is the title track because what is like the name of the title track, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I feel like they do that because they're lazy. No, because like every single concept so far out of the 4 songs we've checked out seem to be very similar and seem to play along together. So I really like that, and I like how they're driving from different sort of like sounds that they've had previously and sort of bringing that to the album. Not that they like haven't, but I mean like in their much more promotional stuff. I really like it. I'm living. I'm alive. Go to put your thoughts in the comments down below what you thought about part 1. So it's one of the 3 tracks of P1Harmony's Duh. So we got Pretty Boy, Murmur, and Flashy. Your thoughts, comments down below. Again, part 2 is going to have Over and Over and Work. Your thoughts, comments. So hope you check out that one. So yeah, your thoughts, comments down below. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go and hit that subscribe button. Want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the right description down below, or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing Batman Arkham City and Assassin's Creed Shadows, so if you can join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
First class seat. Who's that? It's me. Duh. 누구야 내 phone sound so sweet. 여기 멋진 groove.